Good morning. Good morning. My cups run over. Good morning. Welcome to the Curious Red Flags versus the World. Another episode, another morning, another day. Shout out to the people just waking up, wiping the goddamn cold out their eye with the hangover. No coffee, just sitting in the bed.
I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this.
Keenan Had not in the building. Isaac Gentry in the building. I said good morning. What's up to my Curious Red Flag mods in the goddamn building? Wonder Man in the building. Yo, we open, y'all. We open. The streets are open. The streets are open. Today is supposed to be the day where everything goes back to normal. And people was waiting. People was waiting, right? N727, what's up, brother? People were waiting. People were in the house. They could not wait to get out. Now, I know that the streets is open. And I know some of y'all are excited. Let's not act like people weren't treating the streets like they were open already. Because people weren't following the rules. Now it's legal. Not only is it personal, but now it's legal. Now, people could do it. It's cool. You can run amok. But let's act like we got some goddamn sense. All right? Let's act like we got some goddamn sense. We don't need people climbing on walls. Okay? We don't need people crashing into shit. Oh my God, I forgot what the fresh air felt like. Cut it out. Cut it the fuck out. I understand. You could go outside and drink again. You could go outside and you don't have to social distance. You don't have to do none of that. But still wash your hands. Wash your ass. Don't let none of that change. Don't let none of that. Wash your ass and your hands still. Should none of that change. Wash that funky ass. Because you got people out there, you know what I'm saying? Y'all bought all that sanitizer, all that extra soap. Continue it. Let that be a lesson. I don't want to be next to you and I get a whiff of your neck and it smell like...
I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this.
Let's act like some goddamn human beings. Let's act like we know the difference between a fork and a knife. Don't pick the steak up with your bare hands and put it in your mouth. Act like you forgot. It's okay. Streets is open. It's like normal. Let's not tell stories. Let's not lie. You know how to dress when you come out the house. Okay? If you got a cough or sneeze, put your hand in your mouth. Brush your hair. Wash your face. Turn on the left and right signals when you're driving. Hello, good afternoon. Still hold the door open for people. Thank you. Those are the things that the regular communication. Don't just be outside running amok. Just, we outside. All right? If you act wild, there's still consequences. Enjoy yourself. T.O., good morning. Maple Points, good morning. I was on the phone with a friend. He's like, oh my God, I can't wait. The streets is open. I'm like, okay. He's like, you're not excited? I'm like, nigga, it's okay. It's all right. The streets kind of somehow been open. He's like, oh, I just can't wait to get outside. Ladies, there's some men. There's some men out there. Y'all been pushing away for this whole quarantine. I want to social distance and all that. It's open now. There's going to be some men out there looking for y'all to respect their stroke. There's some men out there that's going to be looking for that respective stroke. And they're gonna make you respect it. You've been telling them all this time. When the city open up, when the city open up, when the city open up. Let me tell you something. There's a whole lot of pent up jail behavior that's gonna be going on in that bedroom. You understand?
That was the best fucking I ever had.
There's some women out there. Y'all, it's been a long time. Y'all gonna be hunting for niggas like women, like dudes be hunting for women. Y'all gonna be the niggas. Fellas, I hope you ready. Streets is open. Let's get to the news real quick. Humpback whale swallows man whole. Now, when I first got a hold of this story, I was like, this must be some quarantine news. Apparently, this man got swallowed by a humpback whale whole, and clearly the nigga didn't taste good, because days later he spit this nigga out. Spit this dude out right out of his goddamn mouth. And I guess people were taken back by the story. Like, oh my God, this guy's a hero. I don't know how you're a hero because you got swallowed by a whale. Any man, first of all, what were you doing that you was that close to the whale's lips? Why were you that close to the whale's lips? What were you doing? What type of activity were you involved in that you was that close to the whale's lips? Let me explain something to you. If you're in the middle of the ocean, in the middle of the ocean with a small ass boat, and you see big ass humpback whales, chances are you don't want to lean over the boat. You might want to paddle the way the fuck out of it. I be watching some of these fishermen. They be out there in the middle of the ocean in these little rubber ducky boats, and I be like, Jesus Christ. Niggas is brave. Well, apparently this man got swallowed in the whale's mouth. In his funky ass whale's mouth. Well, I don't know. I can only imagine. Let me see. I saw that. It was 30 seconds. And he brought him to the surface and spit him out. He's a lobster fisherman. All right, Maple. And now, so check this part of the story out. Now, experts are saying the whale story sounds fishy. They're saying the whale story sounds like bullshit, because when a whale digests you in his mouth and it takes you underwater, the speed that the whale is going down the ocean, your eardrums will pop and you will lose your hearing. They're saying that this man is way too healthy to have traveled in a funky ass whale's mouth. Have we been locked in so long that we just believe anything? Now listen, I don't want to doubt the man. Maybe this story helped him get some box. You know what I'm saying? In the bar, hey, what you doing? Can I buy you a drink? You know I got swallowed by a whale. Oh, you got swallowed by a whale? Yeah. You want to talk about it over my crib where I can redeem we make you respect my stroke. This ain't Pinocchio. He living the story of Pinocchio, but he's not a wooden boy. When I first heard the story, I thought it was bullshit. I thought it was a joke. But then I found out the shit was real. That this man is really this, and this is only shit that you believe when you've been locked up this long. Shout out to Wade Murphy for his donation. Maybe Walt Disney has played a big part in our life. And we watch the movies and we watch the cartoons and we believe whatever the fuck. You know, some people probably felt Walt Disney wrote a true story. This man clearly has a thing for Pinocchio. So you got swallowed by this whale for 30 seconds. You ain't hit the digestive tract. That the gastric acid didn't eat you up. You just came out the whale's mouth smiling like a motherfucker. I'm pretty sure a whale's mouth, the funk from that tongue got to stick on your skin. What kind of solution did they use to wash this man's ass? He looked a little, he didn't look mashed up enough. He didn't look, you mean to tell me this man got swallowed by the whale, he was hanging, but he was hanging on to that big hanging thing in the back of his throat? Nah. Tell you something. A whale swallow you.
I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this.
And this whale felt so goddamn bad. He swallowed this nigga for 30 seconds, found out that he was high in salt, and took him back to land and spit him on the goddamn sand.
Hell no.
I'm sorry. Stephen A. said, I refuse to believe that this man got swallowed by a whale and he lived to tell a story. This ain't AD before Christ. This ain't before Christ. This man really thinks he's a living Bible story. Where's Empath at? Bam. Empath knows what it is. I know you see the wrench next to your name. Shout out to my mods again. I don't plan, thank you, Keenan. I don't ever plan on putting myself, if I'm ever in a whale's mouth, clearly I put myself in a Snicker bar moment for a whale. That whale was having a bad day. He said, you know what? Let me have a nigga. And he swallowed this man. But I'm going to tell you this. If I'm in a whale's mouth and he spit me out, clearly I'm not washing my ass enough for the whale to spit this nigga out on set. For the whale to be like, nah, nigga, you're disgusting. Come on. This man don't even look nutritious. He don't even look nutritious. That whale treated this man like this.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
Let's get on. Let's get on with it. So I wanted to talk about this real quick. A sex ed teacher resigns after parents expressed concerns over a cartoon masturbation video. Apparently, this sex ed teacher was going to teach sex ed to a group of first graders in a school in New York. I want to read the full story to you guys. And I want to see, I'm not even looking at the screen to see what you guys are thinking, but let me read this real quick. Justin Ang Fonte, a teacher of Manhattan's prestigious Dalton School, who sparked outrage with her controversial sex education class for first graders, has resigned. The school head, Jim Betts, acknowledged the change in email to parents on Friday, months after Fonte showed the young pupils a film about masturbation. The short featured animated youngsters having candid conversations about sexual practices and bodily functions, such as erections, self-touching for pleasure.
Nigga, as long as you in my house, you put a cell on the end of it when you talk to me.
Kenny, before I continue with this, Kenny, get off your ass, Kenny. Are people hitting the like button? Are they paying the likes? Are they sharing, Kenny? You have one job. You keep fucking with me, Kenny, you're going to be in that goddamn whale's mouth with the white boy. You understand me? Now, I have two questions on this situation. When did they start teaching sex education to first graders? Why? When did the schools start allowing sex ed to be taught to first graders? Why do first graders have to be taught about sexual education? And why in the comment section of this post do I see people saying, "Oh, well, you know, I have sons and they get hard and you know, it's good for them to learn about this." Parents, there are things to be taught by the school, and there are things to be taught by the parents. I don't want my daughter learning how to bust a nut in the first grade. I don't want my daughter, she's not even having a period. Why is she learning about busting a nut in the first grade? What fucking cartoon are you showing? Because I can't even get mad at the teacher because apparently the school hired a sexual education teacher to teach this shit. Why do you want your kids learning about how to bust a nut? Honestly, yeah, little boys get hard when they're young. It happens. You know, as a parent, you know what you do? Hey, leave that alone. Don't touch that. Because in the first grade, no matter what you're telling them, they're not understanding what's going on. And for like, okay, let's play devil's advocate. Let's say you're passing out parental slips, referrals to the parents to sign off. What parent? Hold on, let me see this. My first sex ed class was in the first grade, but it was mostly body parts. Exactly. And I could have sworn those educational classes were to teach you about body parts. But when does masturbation come in? Why are you puzzled? Because if a child learns about masturbation, what comes after that? So you're teaching so my child is in the room playing with a fucking Power Ranger, right? He playing with a fucking Power Ranger, busting nuts on his Power Rangers and Ninja Turtle. Like we don't like. What happened to a child just being a child? What happened to that? Is it too much? Has it become too unnormal for a child to be a child anymore? I don't want my child, hey dad, today, hey dad, you like, hey, what you want to do? What, like, you come in the house and do your homework. Oh, yeah, dad, I was wondering after I do my homework, I could bust a nut. I know somebody probably will watch this episode and be like, well, Nick, that's immature. But that's what you're teaching. Masturbation is busting nuts. Why do we want our children? There's so much other shit they can learn. They can learn how to read, how to tie their shoe. So my child's gonna learn how to bust a nut before they fucking learn to tie their shoelaces? Let your child identify a fucking giraffe first. N7 said kids are gonna be asking to use the back. Yeah. Every fucking 5 seconds, your child. Cause I know when I started learning about masturbation, I was in the bathroom. And the school didn't have to teach me. All right? School didn't have to teach me. It got hard. I started playing with it. And I was like, oh shit, this thing shoots off white bombs. A child, like I have plenty of little cousins, babies, boys, they touch this shit. And I see parents, hey, get your hand out of there. Get your hand out of there. You're a little bit excited. Get your hand out of there. You don't gotta sit your son down and be like, hey, look, the reason why your dick is hard is because right now you're really excited, and what's inside of your nuts is this semen that that's used to impregnate a woman. That's how you got here. So what you want to do is you want to stroke your dick. Why exactly, Andrea? Why are you worried about what your child? Why does your child need to know about sex, period, in the first grade? Then you have all these TV shows, child pregnancies and all this shit, teenage pregnancies and all that. You're trying to stop it, but now you're trying to push masturbate. Like what? Like, no, get the fuck out of here. That's one less thing that I feel as a parent that I should have to teach my child. I don't want my child learning that from y'all. I'd rather my child learn that from me. Schools need to learn how to be schools. We put our children in school to learn education from you. History, math, reading, science, biology. Leave the sexual shit to us. But to the parents have to take the time to be parents. Parents have to take the time to be parents and have these conversations with their kids. Maybe the sixth, 7th, and 8th grade, I believe, is probably a good time where now this is not a pee-pee no more. It's turning into a dick. And that's when you want to explain to your child why his thing is getting hard. But the first grade, these kids is playing with clay. They playing with clay. They playing with clay and crayons. Why do you want to give kids this type of fucking information? Red flag. Why do we want to teach first graders about cocaine, bricks, jerking off, genders? Let a child be a child, man, and identify with themselves as time goes by. It will happen naturally. The questions will come. When a first grader is touching himself, he's not wondering why he don't need to know that he could bust a nut. Not now. And honestly, I feel like us as parents, as a community, I'm telling you right now, we need to start speaking up more. You need to start taking more accountability when it's voting, and everything. It's not just about the president, but your local officials. Start taking advantage of the Board of Education and sitting in these meetings, because they know. I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of these schools, these Board of Education meetings, they know that certain communities are not going to sit into some of these meetings and shit. So you have the people that do go to these meetings that are sitting there okaying this shit. And we're partly to blame because we have to speak out. We have to take more. We got to take more. We got to be more hands-on in these electoral matters, these local election matters, like Isaac Gentry said. We have to, because I read this report and I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what the fuck is going on? I mean, we are losing, kids are losing their innocence. And society right now is helping that to happen. There should never be a cartoon teaching children about masturbation in the first grade. But see, I spoke about this before when I was talking about these cartoons for kids. I don't know if I remember when I talked about the Rugrats, the cartoon, how they were saying Phil and Lil's mother. When they reboot the cartoon, they want Phil and Lil's mother, the twins' mother, to come out as gay. And I have no problem with the groups. But why does a child, where in a storyline for a child, does a child need to know why Phil and Lil's mom is gay? Why do they need to know that? Why do they need to know that? So in the storyline, are you going to say, well, hey, look, the dad left the mom and then the mom started liking on women and like, we don't need to know that early. That's a cartoon that's dedicated to children. Once again, I'm going to say this on the show. I don't care what your lifestyle is. Everyone is a human being and needs to be respected. But there's a time and a place for children. A first grade, how old is a first grader? My daughter is a 7-year-old. They're not understanding the concepts of all these things that you're trying to bring on them. Proud family has 3. Yeah. Why? Because I see in the beginning, I thought it was children identifying with themselves as they got older, what they were about. I didn't know that now you're forcing certain things on children. That's crazy. No first grader should ever have to watch a masturbation cartoon in sex ed. I don't even know why they have sex ed in the first grade. And I don't know why you would want your first grader to learn how to bust a nut. But hey, to each his own. This is my opinion. Let me tell y'all something, man. I got a very special episode today. My special guest is in here. I want to talk about entrepreneurship. The other day, I told you guys I went to a place called Serving Spoons. And before I went to Serving Spoons, there was a Black-owned store outside. And my wife went inside the store, and it was some dope clothing in there. As we're in the clothing store, I see a magazine on the desk. And I go, because you know how you see someone, you're like, is that person? I said, hey, I said, my wife's like, hey, is that you on the cover of the magazine? And she was like, yeah, that's me. Come to find out, she's an artist. She's a music artist. And she owns her own clothing store. So I want you guys right now to put your red flags. Come on now. Put your red flags in the comment section. Put your red flags in the comment section. And give it up for Ash Bash right now.
What's the deal?
Right now. What's up?
Just woke up looking crazy, trying to get it together.
No, you
But
not.
it's all right.
It's
It's all right though, because I already had a hair appointment this morning, but I have to stop by. You know how that goes.
No, first of all, I want to say we went in your store. So I was just hold on, let me take this off the thing. What the heck am I doing? Okay, there we go. Boom. Actually, let me take that off. I'll talk about that in a minute. So we went in this clothing store, right? Saw you on the magazine cover. Remember, we was shy. We was like, we didn't want to ask you. We was like, is that her? You know what I'm saying? And then
I changed my hair color so much, so that's what gets people like, who is that? Like, you feel me? Because one minute I have blue, purple, pink, red, orange hair, and then it's like they see pictures way after I'm done taking the pictures. I'm a whole nother color.
And then not only that, not only on the cover of this magazine, but you're not working this is your store. This is
Yeah.
your store, right? And not only is this your store, but your music is playing in the background. So I want you to let the people know, how did all this come about? I have a few questions for you. First, before I even ask that, Ashley, what is your Cash App, so that people, when if they want, they will hit you on your Cash App as well as the show goes on. What is your Cash App?
It's Ash Bash though. So it's ASH. No, it's $ Ash Bash though. So it's $ASH BASHTHOO
THOO.
2.
So it's Ash Bass, then it's THOO.
No, Ash Bash though, all together.
So I got Ash Bass all together. After Ash Bass, what is it? 2?
No, 2 THO. So it's 2 O's. THOO 2.
2. Got it. Ash Bass THOO2. Got you.
Yeah.
Boom. And bam. All right. So how did all this come together?
Okay, well, it's crazy because the store Level Up next door, I used to work for them 3 years ago. I used to work at DHL, and I used to work at the Level Up store next door. And long story short, the store was vacant. That used to be like a big cleaners a long time ago, but they ended up cutting it in half and stuff like that. So my dad ended up passing in 2019. He left me a lot of money. So of course I'm young, like I'm like 25 when this happened. So all the stuff that I wasn't buying myself, I started buying all type of, like, Louis Vuitton and unnecessary stuff that I don't need to be buying like that. So my credit was messed up at the time. So I ended up meeting this person to fix my credit, and then I had hit the owner up. And then the owner was giving me a hard time because I never bought a store before, never, like, had nothing in my name, making a big transaction like that. So they gave me a hard time. So my uncle, he was like, you know what, I'll sign the lease for you. So he ended up signing the lease, and then when my credit got really better, we had switched it over to me, and then I ended up getting the store. So it's really a hair store. I sell bundles and wigs, but I also sell my clothing line, and boutique stuff and accessories and stuff like that. So I'm turning it into like a one-stop shop. But it's crazy how y'all came in because the store next door, I'm about to maneuver next door to the next door, and I'm about to turn it into like a real plug shop, like everything you need, like boutique clothes, hair, wigs, shoes, Jordans, Nikes, Bapes, whatever you need. Everything is gonna be in that one shop. So it's like when you come, I'm a decorator real nice. It's like you walking into a whole nother space.
So you basically taking over the whole mall, the whole
Look,
mall area.
trying
That's
to, but
that's dope, man. And so the album, right? The album is called
Ashley versus
Ashley versus
Ash Bash.
Ashley. So
Yeah,
I was listening to the album yesterday, and I listened to the album today. No Hook. And I'm not gonna lie to you, because I'm old school and I'm a Temptation fan. I immediately went to David
yeah,
Ruffin, right?
yeah.
Um,
David Ruffin. That's I gotta. I David Ruffin is part of my clothing line now. So I have a David Ruffin shirt that I say my quote when I say I kicked out the group. David Ruffin had that whole crying on the front of it, and the back of it I said, "Less drama, more success. We pass down wealth, not trauma." So that's my David Ruffin hoodies. Then I have my regular hoodies. Then I have like basic clothes for little kids.
what um what was the inspiration behind Ashley versus Ash Bash?
Um, Honestly, because like everybody want to hear Ash Bash. That's the turned up party songs, but nobody never take the time to hear Ashley. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just throw both of me, because I always wanted to do like R&B, cool little songs, chill, like talking about real stuff, songs and stuff like that. But it's just out here, that's what they want to hear in LA. But in other cities, everybody be telling me, oh, we want to hear this. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just go ahead and just do both. So the Ashley songs is me really talking about something like, like giving out life, telling people how things is, and like, just pretty much saying who I am. And Ash Bash is, the one party, the club bangers.
Um, what? So okay, you travel a lot when you do a lot of shows. You travel a lot with the music. Like, what is some of your like top places you like to travel and perform at?
Atlanta. Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Yeah, I'm going back out there in July too. Yeah,
Atla-
Atlanta. because Atlanta is like it's like a black dominant place. So pretty much like how Atlanta is, like I'm from out here, so my style is like LA. It's so LA. You get me? When I go to Atlanta, they feel like I'm a whole nother artist. Like it's like they not used to me. So it's more support, more love, and more like traction out there for me to do my music stuff.
So you know basically everything is opening up right now, and we were in a quarantine. So how did the quarantine affect the store, affect the music? Did it help? Did it hurt? What were some of the things that were going on during the whole quarantine for you?
Honestly, I stayed open through the whole thing. I didn't close. I didn't close. I was more so like, if they come, they come. But I'm about to risk it. Like, but the whole time I was open, nobody never nobody never came, like gave me no notice, no ticket, no nothing. I just stayed open. Like, and honestly that was like the best thing for me because of the fact that I stayed open made people come to me because everybody couldn't go to the mall. So that's what made me want to get boutique clothes. I'm like, you know what? Let me just go get some boutique clothes and put it in here because people not buying hair every day. People not getting a weave every day. People ain't buying no wig every day. So let me get some everyday stuff in here. So I have my clothing line and the boutique stuff and everything just been selling.
What I like, so I will say this, right? I mean, even though there's nothing in the shop for me to buy, right? But
No,
for my wife,
but I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna have unisex stuff in there. That's why I'm naming it the Plug Shop LA next door to Mars because I'm gonna have unisex. I'm gonna have men's shoes, men clothes, women clothes, everything.
well, I'm gonna give this to you. First of all, one of the things I liked about when I went in your store is you ever go to most clothing stores and you ask, especially black owned, like this, they always say support black owned, but you have your great black owned, you have your good black owned, and you have the black owned that's like they don't give a fuck, right? Clearly, and you go in there and you ask them about this shit. You be like, hey, so can you tell me a little bit about this? And they be like, I don't know. You was on point, like everything we picked up, you had a picture of it on someone. You showed us to my wife. Like you was like, I was like, yo, and then not only that, while you showing us the clothes, you were like really into the material. You telling us about like, well, not me, her. You telling her about the material. You telling her about why this will look good on her. And then while you're doing that, your music is blasted. So it makes it's like, all right, it makes you want to buy the clothes and it makes you want to. I download the album right in the store that day, so it's like, what made you take like your because like I said, customer service. If there's no
It's
customer service,
everything. It's
it's
everything.
everything. Because I've had people. I hate when I go somewhere and I'm like, hey, where's this? And they be like aisle 3. And you be like, nigga, you gonna take me to aisle 3
Yeah,
and
like
show me?
where at it? I think where do I supposed to look?
Where did you get like? Is it natural with you, or is it something that you
No,
learned?
I'm just honestly a people person. Like that's just how I am. Like that's why I feel like a lot of people gravitate to me just off the fact like with music or anything. Like you feel me? Because like when I meet different people, people tell me like, "Oh, you so cool. I thought you was cocky. This and that." I'm like, "Nah, bro. I ain't cocky. You just gotta get to know me or at least speak to me. Like you just can't look at me and assume that I'm a cocky person because you will never know."
You are definitely a down. Everybody, make sure you guys hit the like button. Make sure you guys are definitely sharing this live. We have Ash Bash on the show with us right now, so please share the live. You are definitely a down to earth person. Like I said, when we went in there, we spoke, and you definitely took time with us. You spoke to us for a while, and like I said, you promoted your music. One of the questions I want to ask. So the song David Ruffin. How did the song David Ruffin come about?
It's funny because I wasn't gonna name it David Ruffin.
Okay.
I ended up naming it David Ruffin because of the punchline I said in the song. And I was like, I kicked out the group. David Ruffin had that whole crying. So when I got done doing the song, my engineer said, what you gonna name it? And I said, I don't know, put David Ruffin or something. So we just put that so we know what song it was. So when it was time to add the project, I'm like, shit, keep it as David Ruffin. And then I linked the song in the video.
I like that. I like that track. I definitely like the track. I also like even on your social media, you're very what's the word I'm called? Engaging. You engage with the people that support you.
Yeah.
And I think that's something big when you have people that support you, you have fans that like your music, and you're definitely in tune with a lot of your fans. So where did that come about that made you be like, let me, because most people be like, I'm gonna post something, y'all comment, I'm not responding. That's not you. So
No,
how
that's
did that
not
come
me.
about?
Because honestly, like, it's this older dude. He white. He passed like 2 years ago. He stayed next door to me. He was really nice. He told me like a simple thank you will get you a long way. So even if you comment on my, even if it's like 500 people comment on my post, out that 250, I'ma respond back. Like, you feel me? I take the time to respond back to everybody. And just like, even if I gotta copy and paste it, like, thank you, thank you, thank you. Like, that's what I do. Like, I just copy and paste. And it, because I make more people, when you post on social media, that make people comment. That make people wanna say stuff back, share your post. I be seeing a lot of people like, um people see me post shit and they don't share it. Yeah, because you make people don't feel like happy to support you. You want people to feel. That's why I throw events. I throw up pop-up shops this summertime. So I'm about to throw a lot of pop-up shops at my store, like with food trucks, DJs, jumpers, like an outside party in the parking lot. Like, so I feel like a simple thank you take you a long way. Honestly, like, I don't care how much money I make, I don't care how big I am. Like, you need your supporters. Your supporters gonna get you farther than what you need to be. Like, people don't understand that. I see a lot of people that I have 58K followers. That don't make me feel like I'm bougier than nobody. Cause half of them 58 followers don't even probably go on Instagram like that. So I see people with like 8,000 followers, 5,000 followers, and their attitude is just all messed up. They feel like they already made it. And you can't have that attitude. Me, I'm not comfortable where I'm at. I feel like I'm at a jump start as far as like my store because I'm working for myself because I don't want to work for nobody else. But as far as like that's just a step. Like, it's a step store. I want many other stores, like I want 10 stores. I want to be able to have people work for me and I'm just writing off the check. So I feel like it's way you can't just be cocky. You just can't leave people comments there because for a fact, it's there. So say something back. Like, that's just how I am. Like, I'm not just going because it go from 300 comments to 200 comments to 5 comments. Then you mad because when you post a picture, ain't nobody commenting on your stuff. So you have to speak back.
Um, what? So two-part question. Which artists have inspired you
Well,
to
my to rap.
so which artist had all right?
Well,
Which artist has inspired you to rap, and which entrepreneur inspired you to be the business owner that you are?
honestly, when I was young, I always used to rap. I didn't really was into like different artists back then because in my household they used to play beats all the time. So my family members inspired me to rap. But my favorite rapper, people always get on me when I say it. My favorite rapper is Meek Mill. That's my favorite rapper, and the
Okay.
reason why Meek Mill is my favorite rapper because, like, see me, I watched the Flex Funk and all that other stuff, like the freestyle stuff and whatever, because I know one day I'm gonna be on that. So that gave me motivation to really be in it. I'm into like battle rappers and stuff like that. I'm into all type of trades of rapping that will help me motivate to come stronger. Cause I read books and everything. Like, I got a rap dictionary to expand my vocabulary, my songs and stuff like that. So Meek Mill, but I fuck with Meek Mill. I haven't listened to none of his new shit yet. But the Dream Tracer and Traumatized and all that other stuff, when Meek Mill had them nappy ass braids in his hair, I was rocking with him then. So he like motivated me to really like, what, get that pen. And I like J. Cole, Eve, Foxy Brown, Missy Elliott. And the reason why I like Missy Elliott because she was so creative with her music. Like, as far as like music videos wise. And
Yeah.
it's other rappers I just can't think. I fuck with Nas, Don Kennedy. Well, some of Don Kennedy stuff, not all of it. But Nipsey is dope. Boosie, when I want to be lit. Webby, Webby and Lil Scrappy and all them, like, like Juvenile, all them. I was on all that, like, so it's like that brings like pretty much I feel like I take from how they was and I bring it in my new era and it makes it dope.
I mean, honestly, the artist that you name lets me know that you have a good library of music to listen to, and it makes sense to the music that I the album that I listen to. Like, this is, I'm not just saying this because you're on the show, but I listen to the album and I really do like it. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to be the type of person that, because I don't like to be like, oh, for a rapper. I'm not gonna ever give you like, oh, for a male or for a woman. Like, it's good music. Are there any artists that you want to work with, or what are some artists you have worked with, or is any artists that you're like, man, I gotta work with? Like, what's the goals as far as artists that you would like to work with?
Honestly, like any artist in the industry that's like going up right now, I'm willing to work with. Um, I can't name who, but everything is like slowly going together. So it's like people that I feel like I'm not gonna work with, I end up working with. Like Corrupt. I never thought I was gonna work with Corrupt, and we just shot
Mm.
that video. And we shot that video on the first. I think today is what, the 14th. I think.
Well, today is the 15th. Yep.
Yeah, 15th, and the video is at 90K views already. So it's
That's
like
dope.
the numbers and everything else is going up and stuff like that. So it's like, honestly, I'm just letting time goes and everything run in place. I feel like everybody got a time when they're gonna blow up. So I'm just gonna keep doing the footwork, the front and the back, and the behind the scenes work, and just keep moving till I get to the next level. Cause
All
it's
right.
happening.
So check this out. Have some fun. You on a road trip. Stop at the gas station. You got to pick up some snacks. What are
Hmm.
your top 5 favorite snacks?
Oh, Twizzlers. That's one. Red
Twizzler
vines. Red vines. Lifesavers and a fruit punch.
and a fruit punch for the snacks.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. You out, you partying, turning up. Top 3 go to drinks.
I don't drink. That's the
You don't
crazy
drink?
No, I don't drink.
Okay, my
I only
fault. My
drink
fault.
wine. I only drink wine. So, and then my friends call me a grandma, but I'm not into it. I feel like tequila or clear drinks smell like rubbing alcohol. Like Hennessy, you gotta have chest hair to drink that. The shit's strong. Like I just don't like it. Like that's not my thing. Like I never was into it.
Okay, okay. So you don't drink. All right, cool, cool.
And I don't smoke.
You don't do neither one.
No, I'm turned up off life. I could go in a party and be lit
Well,
without it.
you know what's so funny, and I hope the people that are watching the show right now, that's so positive. Not saying there's anything wrong with the people that do that, but to hear that you don't do neither, and that's why I wanted you on the show, because I wanted you on the show. Like, even when the show goes off and the video's up, I want people to share this, because I feel like for women, especially for black women, little young black kids, to see this, to see that you don't have to be in that lifestyle. You don't have to smoke. You don't have to drink.
Nah,
You
you don't
can
gotta do
own.
none of that.
You don't have to do none of that. You can own something. And that's, that's one of the top qualities that like I said, me and my wife walked in that store. I was thrown back. I had to come back and be like, hey, I need you. I got to have you on the show, because I want to send that message out. You know what I mean? I joke around a lot, but I want to send that message out. I have a daughter. She's 7. So that's something that she could also as well see. Like, you don't have to go this way. It's real, because it's real rare to hear that. I don't do drugs. I don't drink. I make music. I promote entrepreneurship. I own a store, and I'm humble. And I'm speaking to people. So I think that, honestly, and the fact that you did the interview, like, the people don't know, right? I will say, let me tell you what's so dope about Ashley. Do you mind if I call you Ashley, or I have to say Ash
No,
Bash?
you can call me Ashley. That's my name.
What's so dope about Ashley is Ashley has an appointment today, and a hair appointment, and she was like, "Nah." She's like, "Nah, the hell with that. I'm gonna go ahead and do the interview." So this means a lot to me that you took the time to come down, hang and rock with me, do the interview, man. When's your next project coming?
It's crazy because this project called Nothing Less, dropping June 21st. Long story short, this wasn't really supposed to be a project. It's an EP, really. And what I did was all the songs I never dropped, I had sitting in my folder. I just put them all, just pick the songs that will go for just for the summer, and I'm putting it on the platform. And I just like, you know what, let me drop something because I got music videos coming and stuff like that. But the more I drop, the more everything will keep going. So I got an EP dropping June 21st called Nothing Less, and it's all like club songs, and then I got like three regular songs on there. Like I did the Lemon Pepper Freestyle, that's on there, and it's just gonna be dope. And make sure y'all follow me on Instagram on Ash Bash the Rapper,
I'm so
THA Rapper,
to my red flag bonds. Please repeat it again.
Ash Bash the Rapper. So it's
Make sure
Ash
you guys
Bash but it's THA Rapper spelled together.
make sure you guys follow Ash Bash the Rapper on Instagram. Make sure you guys download, stream, whatever, Ash Bash versus Ashley, the album. I'm not going to say this on my show. I'm halfway through the album, and it's dope. It really is dope. She also has a store, ladies. Come to. Do you have? Can they order from you online?
Yeah, I have a website, AshBashTheRapper.com.
Okay, so askbastherapper.com. Make sure you guys go to her website, get her thread, get her outfits. I'm pretty sure she's gonna tell you, like, she not. Y'all remember in Baby Boy when
Mm-hmm.
Jody's mom was like, to be a good seller, you gotta know what the woman feels and how she looks with the clothes. Ashley is into her clothes. She don't play around. So if you're serious about the fashion, make sure you hit her up. She knows she's about her shit. Also, so you said that, so that album's out. Anything else that you want to promote, that you want to let the people know? Oh, she left. Uh, well, shout out to Ashley, man. Shout out to Ashley. Oh, there she go. Let me get her back in here. There she go. I was like, she bounced. She's out of here. Oh, I can't hear.
Okay, I had
Oh,
mute
there
the
you go.
microphone.
All right, there you go. So, is there anything else that you want to promote and let the people know about?
Honestly, no, you did everything.
Man, I wanted to make sure you get the proper love because you definitely showed me the love. Make sure you guys, man, this is a very important interview. So when this interview is done, make sure you guys share this interview. Let your friends know about friends know about Ashley. Let them know about her music. If y'all ever in LA, or you don't have to be in LA, go online. Go to her store because I'll definitely be going back because not only that, her store is next to a dope ass food place where they have some bomb ass pancakes. Shout out
Yeah,
to Serving
siren
Spoon.
spoon, yes.
So I definitely enjoy that. And Ashley, man, I wish you nothing but the best. I can't wait for the
No,
next project.
always. I appreciate you. And I'm gonna be inviting you guys to like my shows, my events and everything since y'all don't stay that far. So yeah, like
Oh
we really
yeah,
see each other a lot.
we definitely did, and we will be definitely inviting you to our comedy show. So I appreciate you so much, man. And hey, man, sky's the limit for you.
Thank you. I appreciate you so much. Thank everybody that been tuning in and I appreciate you for letting me on your show.
Oh, thank you so much.
All right.
All right, shout out to Ashley. Shout out to Ashley one more time. Let me do these quick shout outs before I get to the last topic of the show. Shout out to my Twitch followers that are on it. I saw somebody say no love for the Twitch. I didn't want to shout all that stuff out while she was speaking and she was talking. I want to make sure I give the attention to the guests because they took the time out to come to the show. Make sure you guys support Ashley. Like I said, make sure you guys support Ashley. She's a woman, a black woman, an entrepreneur, black woman who runs a business. She has an album out, and she's definitely dope as an artist. Speaking of black women, I want to get to this topic, man. This topic really bothered me, and I want to get to it. I'm gonna pull it up on the screen. Make sure, hold on, Kenny. I when I was talking to the guest, you was bullshitting, man, and I'm gonna look at the likes. I'm gonna look at the likes, Kenny, because it's gonna be okay, Kenny. You're getting the job done. You're getting the job done, Kenny. Make sure you guys share the live. I want to talk about this real quick. I want to talk about what happened in DC. I believe it's DC, Nelly's Sports Bar in Washington, D.C. Nelly's Sports Bar released a statement where they said, "We are incredibly upset and disturbed to see the unfortunate event that took place at Nelly's last night. We are undergoing a full investigation of the situation. At Nelly's, we foster an inclusive and safe environment, so events like this are completely unacceptable." Okay. So basically, from what I saw in this situation, was a security guard with a case of mistaken identity dragged this black woman down the stairs by her braids out of this establishment, and black men who are protectors stepped up and started to throw punches at the guard while this was happening. So no black man was standing around watching this happen. They came to the defense of this woman. I'm gonna tell you my disgust when I seen this video is, men, we are stronger. Men, we are. Hold on, let me read this real quick before I get into it. I'm not buying this. They're going off backlash. There were absolutely no reason for her to get exactly. Men, we are naturally stronger than women. So let's just say it wasn't a mistaken identity. There's no reason that any woman should be dragged down any stairs by her hair like she's a nigga. At any point, should any woman just buy and this security guard was huge. You're paying to diffuse a situation. So I'm only guessing that, let's just say she was dangerous. Once you grabbed her, there was no reason to drag her by her hair down the stairs. I saw the video and I didn't see him grab her hair, but she did drag down the stairs by her arm. I love the fact that men, well, the video, let me see something. The video that I'm watching, that I saw, let me get to the video. We see. The video that I saw from the angle that I was watching, let me explain this video real quick. Let me get the video. Boom, 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 boom. Hold on, give me a second. Let me get the video. Make sure you guys share it loud, because I'm going to go into this, because this is a discussion that needs to be spoken about. And I just feel like, you know, one of the things that upset me is anytime I see a woman or a black woman period, just getting manhandled by like just and men are standing around, you know, clearly watching someone in danger is unacceptable. It is 100% unacceptable at all cases. So I just, and this is funny because I believe Baller Alert took the video down. I'm glad I screenshotted the video, because they had the video up and now it is gone. I was watching this video yesterday and I watched it. Okay, here we go. I found it. So right now, okay, so Andrea is right. He's dragging her down by her arms, but her hair looked like it was in the guy's hand. So he is dragging her down by the arms. Either way, dragging her by the hair, by the arms, it is just 100% out of it. It's like we don't that establishment, that memo they sent out, no. Because we know you're trying to protect your business at this point. You're trying to protect your business. There, at no time should a woman be dragged by her be dragged by her hair, body part, kicked in the stomach, slammed on the floor. None of that shit should happen. I'm just very glad that these men stepped up and protected this woman. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times I see videos where men are just standing around like, shit, ain't none of my business. And I mean, and then look, I'm not talking about situations where it's a man and a woman and they're being toxic. Even in that situation, if you can kind of be like, hey, you know, yada, like this, you know, stand in the way, like, hey, look, split this up. You know what I'm saying? Split it up. But you should never stand by and just watch a woman getting her ass whooped. I'm not with that at all. You know what I'm saying? And this is the type of news that we need to be talking about, not no goddamn cicadas. Like I keep seeing these reports about these fucking flies, but this is bigger news. This is bigger news right here because this is constantly happening. And it's sad. It's by a lot of the times, it's either by our own or you're watching someone else do the shit and we're just sitting by and watching. So we got to do better, man. We have to protect our black women. You know, I feel like I'm gonna be totally honest. Like, and I want to say this on another note. Black women have to also be opening to accepting protection. I want to say that women have to be open to getting the protection as well. You're a woman, and yes, you want to defend, but don't be open to men protecting you. Also, let's also highlight the men that are protecting black women. Let's highlight them as well. Because a lot of times I see a lot of these posts where, where people say, what's that? Whoa, Nick, whoa. Let me see. I can't see the comment section. Hold on. Let me see. I see a lot of people say black women, like I saw a post one time that said black women isn't protected, men don't protect black women, and that's the only time I'll disagree, because there are the few, which is sad to say the few, but there are those out there that are doing the protecting. So let's highlight those and let's never give attention to the ones that are choosing not to, because of the fact that they don't know how to act, or they don't know that the proper training. A lot of this shit is the proper teachings in school and from fatherhood. One thing I can say about my dad, for me growing up, is I was taught to never let a woman walk on the side of the street. Make her walk on the inside. Open the door for a woman. It's the simple things that lead to the big things. And if the simple things aren't being taught, then protection won't come. It starts from the parenting. A lot of people don't want to hear this, but it really does start from how a man is being taught from a child at home. My daughter, when I talk to her, even though I drill it in her ear, I let her know, hey, if you're with your brother or if you're with whoever is a male that is watching you, you never stand on that outside. You stand on the inside. You have to the young princes that turn to kings. I am an advocate for men being men to their sons and women allowing men, regardless of what her and her partner, if y'all don't get along, allow a man to be a father to teach him these things that he needs to learn. Because to protect a black woman, this has to be taught. This has to be taught. This has to be taught from birth. This has to be taught from youth. Not shit like fuck a masturbation video in the first grade. Okay? How to treat a woman needs to be taught from birth, from a child. How young? Young. Little young men need to be taught. They need to be taught as a young child. Hey, that's a girl. I remember one time I had my daughter in the park. This little boy was playing with my daughter. He went to, he's a kid. He don't know no better, but he went to strike at her, and his father grabbed her and said, "Hey, that's a girl. You don't do that. Little boys don't hit little girls." These are things that are taught from young. As you get older, you learn things of how to treat a woman. Listen, I know I come on my podcast, I come on my show, I talk about all the women I've messed with or whatever, but one thing none of them ever say is that they weren't treated like a woman. They weren't treated like a woman. Any woman that's ever been around me can say they were safe. They were protected. And these are things I that was installed to me from my grandfather, from my father, from my mom. So when you watch videos and you say, people are like, well, why isn't the black woman not being protected? It's because this thing is taught at home. And also, like I said, to the black women or to women, period, you have to accept protection, and you have to also allow a man to teach the sons these things. These things, like I said, these things are built in from the mud. It's built in from the root. It's installed from young. So when I watch a video like that, and I seen these black men swinging at the security guard, clearly these men were raised by men. A man can't be a man if he wasn't raised by a man. Period. A man can't be a man. So if a man is being raised by a male bitch is going to raise his son to be a bitch. He's going to do some bitch ass shit. For anybody that's coming, I'm not talking about women, I'm talking about men. I don't want anybody to be like, oh, niggas is on here saying he's raised by bitches. But men, if not raised properly, can form into a bitch. And they'll do bitch ass shit. They'll do fuck boy ass shit. You have men who believe once they move in with a woman, or not men with a woman, but there are men who believe that they should make their woman do everything. Most men, if you're raised by a man, most real men who are who's with a woman, their nerves will start to bother them where they're like, I want to have my own money. I want to be able to do this, because of the fact that they were taught by another man that financially you shouldn't allow your woman to just be taking care of you. This is shit that's taught from manhood, from a man. This is all real shit. You know what I'm saying? I have friends who have women that did not look, they have children who they're no longer cool with their baby mothers or nothing like that, whose baby mamas, no matter how much they don't get along with the father, instilling their son, that's your daddy. And that's how things are supposed to be run. I hate to see, I hate to hear about a couple not getting along no more. And the woman is so upset, so angry that not because she's not being loved anymore, that she will strip the fatherhood away from a man. And that should never happen. Ty Love said, I don't mind taking care of all the home if he works hard to pay all the bills of that. Exactly. It's a 50-50 split. I've seen these situations where people are hurt in a relationship, and because they not getting the stroke, they don't get to respect the stroke no more. They will strip fatherhood away from their child. You're hurting the child. You're hurting the child because you're willing to strip fatherhood from the father because y'all two don't get along no more, or y'all not fucking anymore. That child wasn't asked to be born. If the father is there, let the father be a father. But then you also have the fathers who, because they can't get that ass no more, will take fatherhood away from themselves and move on. I've seen dudes, I've actually dated women who've had baby fathers who, when they found out the chick was going on a date, will be like, well, I'm not picking that nigga up then. And that's just disgusting. That's disgusting. I'm not just saying this, and I know this episode is kind of serious. We know we just got over, but I had to touch on it because, you know, when my daughter was born, the first thing, like my first couple of months with my daughter, or even now, I always question and ask myself, well, how in the fuck could anybody want to miss out on this? How could you want to miss out on that? And there are people that are like, well, she ain't fucking me no more. Well, I ain't fucking with him or her anymore. And what happens is the child now grows up. Either the child, the boy, the man grows up not to know how to be a man, and the daughter grows up in resentment that her father wasn't there. Some, I'm not saying all, that her father wasn't in her life. She, in return, hates niggas because of her daddy, which we will call daddy issues. You see how all this plays a part? Everything works. All dots have to be connected. Now, I'm not saying, listen, if you're in a situation where you're in a relationship where either partner is just not working, well, I mean, it's not working out and making it difficult. Well, then you take it upon yourself to go to the courts and get orders in place to where you could be a parent. But I will say all that shit does affect whether a woman's going to be a woman and a dad is going to be a dad. My dad was good, but my dad was no good. But as I said, Mabel, most. I'm not saying all, but there's some. And that's good. I'm pretty sure, Mabel, if he was no good, there was probably another male figure in your life that you could look. And that's another thing too. When especially for little girls, when or for little boys, when that male figure isn't there, they start looking for justification in other men. That's how you see some of these kids end up in the wrong under the wrong tutelage because of the fact that they're looking for that like that mannish type what's the word I'm looking for? That mannish type figure in their life. You heard Ashley when she said she was on here. I believe she said she learned from her pops or someone. She said, that kind of her granddad that kind of instilled in her entrepreneurship. It's handed down. As too many men walk away from children, no one should else men or can divorce or separate. Exactly. A child should not be a part of you and your partner's breakup at all. Should not at all. At all. So those are just things to think about. Those are things to think about, So hold on, let me get to the comments. I don't do courts. It keeps the streets levels down. It is not a knock to anyone who uses the court system. I mean, and listen, no one likes the courts. I don't like the courts. I you know what I'm saying? But as a parent, if you're a parent and you're like, and you truly want to be, you love your child, you're going to go above and beyond to whatever it takes to be in your child's life. That's just all I think on my part. A girl is unmatched. A girl's unmatched at her reception for doing a man shit. Fathers raised her right. A girl unmatched in her procreation for me doing man shit. Father raised her right. I took a lot of work. It took a lot of work, though. I had to realize that a few bad and exactly. You can't. One of the things that happens in life is we'll have some bad moments, and the bad moments that we have in our life, we'll sit back and we will we'll kind of look through the world through the bad experience that we had. And that's not a good situation. I used to be a counselor. I used to be a counselor in New York at this program. I used to work with kids, a lot of young men, and a lot of the boys, a lot of little kids that I was watching. A lot of the, I was watching them like 13 and up. Some of these kids didn't have no fathers in their life. Some of them they had their father or mother in their life, and our job in the program was to be. I have a lot of these kids that I see when I go back to New York that thank me. Because they were there. They were, like, thank you so much. Thank you for taking the time. I didn't even know I was doing this shit, but just having conversations with them, they, it felt good for them. So, like I said, man, every child needs a mom, or they need a strong mom figure in their life, and they need a strong male figure in their life. It's needed. It's all part of the connecting the dots to how a child is going to act as they get older. Men can only be men if they're taught by men, and that's just a fact. A woman can do a great job at it, can do the best job they can, but a man can only identify on how to be a man is by watching another man. So, that's my shit. That was Nick being serious today. You know what I'm saying? We had Ash Bash. We learned about the whale sucking on a white man, right? We learned that the schools are trying to teach kids how to bust nuts in the first grade. We learned entrepreneurship with Ash Bash. I like to take the time out to take 8 questions. As I take these 8 questions, I want to say thank you once again to give these Cash App. I want to say thank you to Wade Murphy, Jason, and Ken, and that, I'm not even joking. The person's name is Kenny for their Cash App donations. I appreciate you guys so much. It is appreciated. Like I said, the streets are open. Everybody's going back outside. I will be doing another update show this Friday as usual, Friday night. And I have podcast episode 47 will be this Sunday. Any questions before I before I get I got 10 more minutes. Hold on, let me go. Wonder Man. Have you started watching Loki yet? No, I haven't started watching it yet, man. I need to get the time to sit down and watch it. So yeah, I'm because I probably won't watch it this week either because Monday I have a show at the Sunset Strip hosted by Roz Washington on Monday, and then Friday through Sunday I will be in Tacoma, Washington, doing 5 shows. I'll be performing at Nate Jackson's Super Funny Comedy Club, and while I'm in Tacoma, right across, like 5 minutes away, my wife Carmen will be performing at Tacoma Comedy Club. So we're both working this weekend in the same goddamn city. Hit it.
Let's do this, Johnny.
I'll get at the Sunday show. Yes, definitely come, Wonder Man. I appreciate my mods. Isaac Gentry, Angela Levette, and Empath with attitude, modding it up. You know, my red flag modders. You know, you guys are helping me. I'm not out here blocking people by accident. So I appreciate y'all. I appreciate all of y'all coming in today and supporting my guest, man. Kenny, fuck you. All right. I hope a whale swallows your ass. But when it swallows, I hope it chews. I hope it chews the shit out of you, Kenny, because I don't like your looks. And I think I'm going to start paying you less than minimum wage, Kenny. Straight up. I'm gonna start paying you less than minimum wage. I don't give a shit. I don't give a how people feel because you don't know how to act. This Thursday, I will be on Craig Facts podcast. I will be a guest on there this Thursday. So you guys, I don't know if you guys watch that podcast. You can check me out there. For everyone that's asked, I got 3 questions that asked me about Grady. And Great Grady will be on the 50th episode. I've been saving him for the 50th because 50 episodes on the podcast is huge. He will be on episode 50. Big bro will be here. So don't you guys, it's coming. It's been hard trying to type while I'm at work, but great topics, even better guests. Salute. Thank you, Low Key High TV. I appreciate that, man. Drop a bomb for my man, right? Ty Love said, does a whale have teeth? Ty Love, I'm gonna be honest with you, I won't be that close to know. And if it doesn't have teeth, I hope Kenny gets chewed up in his gums or gets cut, his kneecap gets cut on the whale's taste buds. Whatever it is. This whale is out there treating humans like fellatio. Sucking on this white boy and spit him out in the sand. Nah. That's what's going on, man. Maple Point said that the whale has no teeth. Well, let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. A killer whale has teeth. Let me Google this. Let me Google this shit because I don't want to be sitting up here just giving you the benefit of doubt. You know what I'm saying? So let me see. Let me see. Let me look into this bullshit real quick. Hold on. Does humpback whales have teeth? All right, let's look. Humpback whales are baleen whales rather than teeth. They have 270 to 400 fringe overlapping plates. Well, let me tell you something. Dumb place is sharp and will turn a man's nutsack into oatmeal. Okay? Hey, y'all. I appreciate y'all today, man. I appreciate y'all. Once again, I appreciate my mods. I appreciate everyone that came in dominant in the rough. T.O., Ty Love, Low Key High TV, Maple Points, Wonder Man, Isaac Gentry, Andrea, Empathy with Attitude, Carmelita Strong, Andrea, Lavette, Dominant in the Rough, My Cups Run Over, Chris Gigg, Bonnie Davison, Miss Sugar, the girl down Sugar, LLN7 Tozen, Stephen Newton. Man, I appreciate every last one of you guys. And I'm probably missing some, man. I appreciate you guys showing love to the show today, man. Hey, man, I love y'all. I'll see y'all this Friday night. I know everything's open, so some of y'all might, if y'all don't show up, y'all can do in the replay. Y'all know I always ask, man, when the live goes off, please go ahead and get in the comment section and comment how you felt about the show. Comment about Ash Bash, because the chat disappears when the live goes off. So get in the comment section. Let me give you guys the Joe Budden to feel. I need you guys to get in the comment section because I don't need you guys feeling entitled. People who don't drop comments after the show feel entitled. I was out yesterday looking on random YouTube pages, seeing entitlement. These niggas is crazy. I need comments from the entitled. Hey, man, that was Curious Red Flag versus the World. I love y'all. Peace.